I'm on air. Hi, Emily here. I'm just in lingerie. It's nice. I want to be a Victoria's Secret model. Oh wow, if I could be a Victoria's Secret model, that would be so cool. I always loved the dresses and the lingerie. I remember when I used to go and look at the Victoria's Secret models, how I used to just love the way they looked. Such elegance, such beauty, such style. That's me. I'm Emily. And I'm a girl. I've always wanted to be a girl. I am 24/7 living as a woman now. My name is Emily. I used to be Edward, but Edward doesn't suit me now because I'm a girl, you know? It's cool when you're a girl. I've never been so happy in all my life. I can pinch myself. I'm a girl. I'm a girl. You don't know how hard it's been for me to acknowledge that I've been a girl all my life. I got shoes I love. Look at my shoes. Look at my little sexy outfit I would wear in front of the guys because I love the guys, you know, because I'm a girl. I'm going to have a sex change operation. I'm going to Thailand, but I don't know when because it's not so easy and I don't have the money. And I have so many other things like my son that I need to be helping, and we gotta make sure we don't go into foreclosure. So, you know, I'm trying my best to hang in there. But I know one thing, I'm not depressed like I used to be. I'm struggling. I am depressed, but suicidal, maybe I'm gonna try to put that on the way, no way calendar, because that's not me anymore. I've struggled, man. I've had lots of emotional struggles. You know, I am telling you that life is not easy, but we can make changes. We can do good. We can help. My son is autistic, and I want to do everything I can for him. It pains me when I see him struggle so much. I just wish that there was some easier way. I'm really trying to get my voice in line. I want to be a musician too. I want to play guitar. I want to sing. The world is my oyster, and I'm going to do everything in my power. I'm even raising money to try to help my son who's autistic, and also help the autism and transgender communities, because I want to have my voice heard. I have every right to express Emily and tell them my story and share. You know, I'm very new to becoming the female that I've always known I was. And the thing that really makes me really messed up in my head, though, is that guys are more attracted to me now. And I never had that before. First of all, I'm scared if I ever had to have or come out to a guy, because I technically still have a penis. I do have a penis. Girls don't usually have penises, so I'm a T-girl. That's what separates me from the real girls. And it sucks. It really sucks. But the one good thing is that I did get married and I have a son. And I love that, and I wouldn't trade that for the world. But we're not going to have any more babies. And I'm getting old. I'm 53 now. So I want to be happy too, you know. I have just as much a right to be happy as anybody else. And, you know, if I need to wear a dress, if I need to be happy, that's the way it is. That's me. I'm Emily, and I'm going to do everything in my power. Now, if I were practicing to do modeling sessions, this is all new to me, but I want to learn. I want to kind of get into it and do the pose, strike a pose, you know? This is the very first time that I'm actually doing a video with lingerie on. But I'm pretty mellow, you know, pretty tame. I'm not like really outrageous. This is kind of nice, and it's subtle. And it helps, you know. Life is too short to be miserable. We want to be happy. We want to live. We want to enjoy life. You know, what is the point of life if you're not happy? Especially for a T-girl, you know. T-girls are pretty cool, you know. I think T-girls are actually making a movement. You're going to see a lot more of me, my friends, because I'm going to go for the big time. I'm going to go on the TV, I hope. I'm going to do radio shows. I'm gonna get the name out there. Emily Iannielli. I used to be Edward Donald Iannielli III. Now I'm just Emily Iannielli. Actually, I go by Emily Denise Iannielli. So I'm still not in the legal name change situation because I got the mortgage problem and I got my son who's going to residential school. But you know, all I can do is my best, man. And I am gonna do that because I love my family. I love my wife. I love my son. I love my mother-in-law. Yeah, I also got a great friend in Kiki, my girlfriend, my significant soulmate, my twin sister, my twin soul. And Kiki is the love of my life now. I love my wife, but I love Kiki. And if Kiki didn't have a boyfriend and I wasn't married, I think we'd have a life together. And that's the weird thing about life. You never know, right? How did I know I was going to meet this wonderful girl? Kiki, and I'm 53. I may look a little younger, but Kiki's a young lady. She's only 29. My God, she's a baby. You know, I feel guilty if I was to steal that precious young lady away. Plus, she has a boyfriend, so it's not really nice, so I don't do that. But I'm going to be a good friend of Kiki, and we're going to be girlfriends for the rest of our life. In fact, Kiki's going to do my hair and my makeup, and we're going to do YouTube videos together. And she's going to help me do more with my face and improving it, and to help me with the smiling and the hair pieces. You know, girls need to have that support, you know? We all need that. You know, and I've always knew I was a girl. I mean, when I was a 4-year-old, I knew that was going to be the case. I knew I was going to struggle. But the reality is that even if I struggle, you know what? If I find my inner happiness, doesn't matter how old I am. As long as I know that I'm going to be okay, that my son will be okay, and, you know, I'm here for my wife. I'm not going to abandon my wife. Why would I do that? That's not the right way. And I never felt like that. I never would. Even if I fell in love with Kiki, which I am falling in love, and I'll have to tell you, it's not easy. Because Kiki's awesome, and she makes me feel good. I shared some YouTube videos, and you can see how she sang to me, "Happy Birthday." And she made me feel, what is that? When a girl gets all bubbly inside? And this is a girl. Maybe I'm a lesbian, you know? You never know. I am still very much attracted to women, so I think I'm a lesbian. But the problem is now I got some guy in the United Kingdom who loves me too, and oh my God, what am I going to do? And that scares me when guys start hitting on me. What do I do? Because I'm not a real girl. I'm not a GG. I'm a TG. And I still have my penis. And what the heck do I have to do to explain that to a guy if he wants to have sex with me? Oh my God. OMG, I don't know. That's all scary and new to me. And I've heard sad, tragic stories where T-girls were murdered. So this is not something I'm taking lightly. No way. And transgenders have one of the highest depression and suicidal rates and murder. So I cannot be stupid and naive. You know, I'm presenting myself as a woman because I am a woman in my mind, my heart, and my soul. But the facts are that I am not a woman because I have a penis. That means that I'm really a guy who wears women's clothes. Now, what do you say about that? The reality is that I am a girl. I was born with a male body, but I had the frame and the mental outlook of a girl. I always envisioned myself being a woman and wearing pretty clothes and dresses, and I'm not going to change that. That's me. I tried to fight it. I tried to suppress it, and I couldn't. No matter what I purged like 12 times, getting rid of clothes that I loved, and I just fell back into buying them. So no matter what you do, and I got married, and I thought that was it. That was going to be the end of it. And then when we had a son, you know, I said, "Oh, this is awesome. I'm going to be a guy now, and I'm going to make it as a guy." And I really thought that I would, but then tragedy happened. My dad, I lost to suicide. I lost my best friend as he died 2 years later in a tragedy where he actually didn't wake up. His wife went to wake him up in the morning and he was gone. And I know he had a condition of sleep apnea. I'm not sure exactly what that means, but I think he died in his sleep. And I was devastated when I went to the funeral. Oh my, the wake. It was it was such a terrible tragedy. And I know the family, and my heart goes out to them. And Moses, my good friend who died, had a wife who's beautiful. She's a sweetheart. She's actually my friend. And a little baby girl. And Phoebe. And I just feel so sad, you know? It's like, why? Why does this happen? Sometimes makes you question life and the whole misery of life. You know, I also have a son who's autistic and he's on the spectrum. And I don't know why he struggles too, and I don't know why I had to struggle so much. And my dad, and he committed suicide. So, and my mom, I lost my mom many years earlier. She died in 1990, and she died of depression and starvation. So why does this happen? I have no idea. All I know is I am very concerned for Maddie, my son, and I will do anything to help him. You know, you only live life once. See, Emily is showing off her purple when she's talking about serious issues. But you know what? Sometimes you gotta distance yourself from that. If I don't distance myself from the heartaches and the sadness and the pain, I probably wouldn't be here talking to you on the video right now. I'd be in the grave. And I don't know if that's the wisest decision either. You know? Especially now as I'm transitioning. I mean, I could never envision myself looking so much like a woman now. I mean, it's breathtaking. I mean, here I am. I was a guy, and I lived to live as a guy, and I was heavy. I was almost 200 pounds. 5'6" frame, 5'5" frame. Now I'm a 5'5" frame, woman's petite. And I gained some weight because I've been eating more. And from what I understand, it's okay for me, as my doctor said, because I'm transitioning to be a woman and I need the body fat. I need the fat to redistribute, and I need it to redistribute in my hips and in my butt. You know, my butt, yeah, my butt and my hips. And you can tell almost now that like I'm developing as a woman. I've got the curves, hopefully. But you know, it doesn't happen overnight. I'm in on female hormones now for almost 2 years. And you know, I'm starting to really feel changes in myself. Changes that I could never even explain it, but it's happening and it's making me feel so tingly inside. And now I'm hanging out with Kiki and we got plans. I mean, this is wonderful. And today's Martin Luther King Day. My son is going to have his day off. He's in the hospital at Sagamore. But it was a good visit last night. I had a great time seeing my son. I haven't seen him in a while, but I'm glad I got the chance. And I love my son. I miss him terribly. He's our family, you know. And it's so sad that we have to suffer so much. But Maddie's a good boy, and he's 15, and I think he's going to be okay. You know, I survived too, and I don't know how I made it. Because I was transgender, and I knew I was transgender since the age of 4. And that's not an easy thing to deal with. You know, when you feel like you're a girl all your life, but you have to dress and act as a guy, that's painful. Nobody knows that kind of pain. I know it because I lived it. But if I explain it to people, they don't get it. Only other transgender people get it. And there are two sides to the coin, my friends. I'm a male to female transgender. And I'm shocked to say that there are a lot of female to male transgenders. And, you know, I'm not a hypocrite. But for me, it's kind of hard to swallow that a guy would want to be a girl. I mean, I'm sorry. I am a guy, and I do want to be a girl because I am a girl. But I'm struggling with the fact that there are girls that want to be guys, and I'm thinking to myself, why would that, how could that happen? Why would a beautiful, feminine, sexual girl want to be a guy? I mean, guys are cool and all, but they're not beautiful, they're not models, they don't give birth, they don't have periods. I want to experience everything that a woman experiences. I wish I could get pregnant. I wish I could have a monthly period, menstrual cycle. I wish I could live and have menstrual cramps and all that good stuff that women have. I mean, I don't have that cross to bear as a woman. I never feel that kind of pain that a woman feels. And women think I'm crazy when I say it. But after all, I'm a woman and I should experience everything that a woman experiences. And that means that I should have the cramps and all that good stuff. And I say good stuff because I would consider it a privilege, because I've always knew I was a girl. Why not be part of that whole community, you know? I'm a woman. I may as well experience everything that a woman experiences. And that's what I'm a little nervous about with the transition, because technically I'm a guy, because I don't have the sex change, and it's gonna be very difficult for me to have the sex change, because it's expensive. The only way I can see myself having a sex change is by going to Thailand. I think in Thailand I can pay for the surgery with only 15 to 20,000, but in the States, you need to be like wealthy, and I don't have 75,000 to pay for a sex change operation. And even if I did, I need to save it for my son's college education. But I do want to be a woman too, you know. The only way I can be a woman is by having the bottom surgery. You know, and they don't like chop off your penis. No, that's not how it works. What they do is they reconstruct your penis. They do like a penile inversion. I don't know all the medical techniques. I'm not a doctor, but I'm a T-girl and I know. But they kind of make it resemble a vagina. They split it or cut it, and then they make it, you know, I'm not sure of all the medical shit. But all I know is that is something that I need to do, you know. I'm a woman. I need to live as a woman. I need to be expressing myself. You know, I want to dance. I want to dance. You know, and I'm not, you know, my wife thinks I lost my mind. I haven't lost my mind. My sisters abandoned me. What the hell is that all about? My two sisters don't even talk to me anymore. You know what? I don't need that. Why would I want to be aggravated by people who are misguided and ignorant? I don't need that. I suffered long enough. I know the pain. I know what it's like to be isolated. I know what it's like to hate yourself. I know what it's like to feel like you're alone and you have no one to chat with or talk to or relate to, because you never had the chance to open up and be truthful to what's going on in your own personal life. Your struggles are what make you strong, but what the hell is that all about if you can't even express it to people? I didn't want to go to my grave. I did not want to go to my grave suffering and feeling like I lived a lie and never told anybody about my T-girl transgender situation. I knew in my heart that I had to come out. I knew it. And I'm not getting angry right now. I'm getting passionate, because there are a lot of people that don't understand it and they condemn us for it. And you know what? It's time that we speak up and we tell people that it's okay to be transgender. There's nothing wrong with it. If you're transgender, then you're okay. And that's gotta be the way we look at people. We're not messed up people. We're not crazy. All we are individuals that do not identify with the sex that we were born into. We identify as, in my case, I identify as a girl. I've always knew I was a girl, and I'm always gonna be a girl. And if I'm gonna have to work on my voice, I'm gonna do it, because I need to get my voice in line with a feminine version of it. And I love the name Emily. Emily is going to be my name. Edward is cool, man. It's a cool name, and I was named the third. So I love that name, Edward Donald Iannielli the third. But does Edward Donald Iannielli the third suit somebody like this? No. Maybe Edwina. Maybe I mean Emily is the name I like, and Emily is the name I'm going to probably go with. But you know, Edwina might be cool for me. Maybe, do I look like an Edwina? I think now that I'm speaking into the mirror and I say Edwina, and I look at my body, you know, I think Edwina would be a cool name for me. That's a nice girly name. And I knew a girl in high school named Edwina Hemler. She was cool. I loved Edwina Hemler. I don't know what happened to the girl. I know I haven't seen her on Facebook. I looked her up, but I don't know what happened. You know, a lot of girls, when they get married, they lose their name unless they choose it to be with them. But a lot of girls lose that. You know, Edwina is not the most common of names, but, you know, there are other Edwinas. And I mean, Edwina is a name that's used for a girl. And that's why, you know, Edna, some people said Edna. I don't know, I don't look like an Edna. You know, I don't feel like an Edna. If I'm going to use a girl's name, it's going to be Emily, possibly Edwina. Any other name? Eddie. Eddie could be a girl's name. Eddy. I'm spelling my name Eddie. But I remember seeing a movie with Whoopi Goldberg where she played like a basketball coach. And she's a woman and she went by Eddie. Now, I don't know if that was a nickname for her or, I never really heard the name Eddie as a girl's name. But it's an interesting question. And actually, after I'm done filming this, I think I'm going to look up on the internet. I'm also doing other things. Creating the fundraiser for my son, which I hope that I'll get some monies that will be put into there by contributions by wonderful people who have a heart and care. I mean, it's to help my son, to benefit him because of his struggles, and medically we can't afford these bills financially. It's very difficult. And I've been in the hospital also like 5 or 6 times. I lost track of the count, but I've attempted suicide 6 times in the past year. I'm not very stable in my mind, but I know in my mind, my heart, and my soul that I'm a girl, and I need to live as a girl, and I have to do everything in my power to be the girl that I know I am. And I can talk for hours. I can get up in front of crowds. I can convince people that you don't have to live a lie. You don't have to struggle. You can do what you feel is the right thing for you. You don't have to hide behind clothes. I used to bury myself in my clothes, but it wasn't healthy for me. Look, I got a whole closet here full of clothes. You want to see girls' clothes? Man, I could have a field day with this, going through all these clothes and dresses. I mean, look at this, man. This is dresses that I bought over the years. And I can't help it, man. I got OCD. But this is what it's like for a T-girl and for someone who's transgender. They can never have enough dresses and clothes. I mean, I've gotten rid of lots of dresses. And I don't say that I'm crazy, but it is a medical issue. I've been struggling with depression. I've been struggling with transgender matters. I've been dealing with a lot of issues here. Peekaboo, hi! Yeah, I've been dealing with a lot of issues here. And, I almost struggled to the point where I wanted to end my pain. My dad committed suicide. Is that the answer? No, it's not the answer. But for some people, they don't know. And they feel that suicide, sadly, is their only way out. That actually was my father and his situation. And you can't, you can't, you can't answer or ask why. Sometimes things happen and we just don't know why. We don't know the answer. If I knew the answers, I wouldn't be worrying so much. But I've been worrying all my life. I can't help it. And that's why, it feels good to wear a dress. It feels good for me to express my feminine side. Because I've always known I was a female. I've always look at my hair, I never had my hair grow long before. This is the very first time. Now I'm going to get hair pieces. I'm going to go to the girl. And I even got highlights, My hair is beautiful. And I want it to stay beautiful. And, I'm getting into that women's beauty thing. And, women have a lot of pressure because they gotta be beautiful. They have to do the right things for their men. They have to raise their kids. They have to cook the meals, and I gotta learn it. Suppose I did marry a guy, I don't know if that would work for me. I love women. Even though I'm a woman in my mind, my heart, and my soul, I still am attracted to women. So I think that makes me a lesbian. All the terminology, I don't know. Maybe I'm a lesbian, I don't know. All I know is that I love women, I appreciate women. But I must tell you also, I'm on female hormones, so I do find guys attractive too. So, I'm kind of mixed up in my head. Because even though I love women, I am finding guys looking hot, I never had that before. And I think it's the estrogen. It's really making me think like a woman. And I'm finding myself like almost falling in love with guys too now. So like my mind's all fucked up right now. And I'm trying to deal with it all, But, if I married a guy, I want to have the surgery. I'm not going to go fuck a guy if I'm not with surgery, And I never, to be honest with you, I don't know what it's like to suck. I never did it. I don't know if I could. It seems gross to me. And I don't talk to girls about it. And I'm not comfortable bringing that up, but I know one thing. I never experienced it with a girl. I don't even know what it feels like, and I don't think I want to anyway. Um, the one thing though I must say though is even though I'm transitioning to be a woman, I'm wondering if I'm going to go through with the surgery. And these are reasons why I asked this question. Is because I fell in love now with a girl named Kiki. I love my wife too, but she doesn't love me. She didn't even wish me happy birthday. But what am I gonna do? My sisters didn't wish me a happy birthday either, so this is just my life, and it's also because of my transgender. I'm ignorant if I don't believe that. And the sad reality is that society has not accepted transgender people. It's like, I don't know when transgenders will be accepted. I think we're making a movement. And if you look, there's so many young children transitioning today. And their parents are very accepting of it. When I grew up in Brooklyn years ago in the 60s, I was born in January of 1961. January 18, in fact, I just had my birthday. And Kiki sang a beautiful happy birthday song to me. So I'm 53 now. I'm not a young girl. I wish I was. But, people say I look young. And, it's all in your mind. It's all there. Plus, I think if I did some makeup, I could get some youth in myself. I want to look beautiful. I want to be natural, though. But if makeup is the way I have to go, then makeup it is. Because, you know what? Girls use makeup. Why shouldn't I? If I'm going to be beautiful, I may as well go all out. And the beauty fades. So, like, this is precious time for me. I figure, you only live one life. And if you're gonna live it, you gotta live it fully. I lived in the closet. You saw my clothes. That's no way to live. I used to wear dresses underneath boys' clothes. I used to wear dresses underneath my man's suit and ties. I don't have any suit and ties in my closet anymore. Why would I? It's icky. For me, a suit and tie, yeah. I wouldn't want to wear that anymore. That's not me. No way. I'm very happy being a girl. I am, truthfully. And I never felt so open about it. I embrace it, and I'm not afraid to talk to people and tell them my story. In fact, I want to tell people my story. I'm impassioned. I want to speak in front of crowds of people. I want to be somebody who can give a positive vibe and energy. T-girls are cool. I'm even going to be a rock star, hopefully. I want to learn how to sing. I want to learn the electric guitar. I want to learn how to play drums. And maybe this is a good way for me to advertise. I'm putting this out to people, and if you see my video and you're a musician or you have a passion to learn music like I do, and you have to if you're gonna be part of my band, which I'm really gonna form, even though I still gotta learn the basics of music and being a band and a rock star, and I'm not a rock star by any means, but I'm gonna be the flamboyant type. Like if we have a bunch of music gals getting together and doing things, I'm gonna be part of that, and I'm gonna be flamboyant as much as I can. I'm gonna push it because that's what I am. Just like that singer from Against Me, who's transitioned, Laura Grace, I think her name is. She's cool. Tom Gable. Tom Gable now is Laura Grace. And there's directors that are women too. The name of my band is T-Girl Angel. I'm looking for a drummer. I'm looking for a guitarist. I'm looking for a lead singer. And I'm looking for somebody to help us put it all together. And I'm going to be part of that energy. T-Girl Angel. Love you all. Bye, Emily.